Hello everyone, this is Kathleen and I'm excited to be here today to show you a flip through of this finished Christmas journal. It's vintage in style, naturally, because that's what I like to do, and it has lots of cute ideas. I think I'm really proud of the way this turned out. This is a custom order, so it's already sold, but I wanted to show some of the ideas and document it. And so let me just show you what I've done. So this just has this pretty Christmas collage with just lots of different recycled kinds of things on here. I've done my usual button and bead closure. So here's these pretty bead dangles there. I've done just a recycled dangle here on the spine, and used some broken jewelry and just lots of fun things. There's a key, and that's kind of a pretty piece, a pearl. There's a bell. So, and this slides off. It can be removed during, the time that you're writing in it. Anyway, so it's a recycled Reader's Digest book, and there are just lots of junky things in here. I tried to use junk in this journal. So let's just go inside. So here's the initial pocket, and I have used this used stencil. I did put a little bit more gold on there. I got a whole bag of stencils in a flea market once that I had attended, and so I've chosen the C for this book. It can be for Christmas, or this happens to be the letter of this gal's name. So it's a monogram here in the front. Some pretty lace here on the initial page. I've done some stamping and stenciling like normal. Washi tape. Here's the first pretty vintage Christmas card, and I've done some embossing and sanding distress around that. And this is a little flip out here. Vintage ledger. Some embroidery thread. Cookie page, Christmas cookies. So this is the first fun pocket. I've done just kind of a trashy cluster here with some old pieces of lace and just some of the onion bag. And yeah, this is Braille paper. So I've just done that little collage. This is a vintage stamp. And I just have, again, distressed this recycled Christmas card. And this is some vintage note paper. Here is a little belly band strip and one of these recipe cards, recycled. I just love the colors for Christmas. And this beautiful picture of poinsettias here in the center. Here's another collage on this pocket, and this is a very old recipe for lemon sauce. That's fun. And then just some stationery that I got at the thrift store. Here's the other side of that pretty folded pocket, and just a vintage receipt. And this is a really interesting envelope that came to my friend Isabel, who saves some of her interesting recycled stuff. And so I cut that up, and it just has this polka dot texture on it. I thought would be fun to write on that trashy paper. And more Christmas cookies. And and some other. This is vintage stenographer notebook, some fiber through this page. About, here's another little pocket. This is just a vintage sales receipt. It's quite fragile, for G.C. Browning General Merchandise. And don't we all remember those, just those 5 and dime stores where we used to go to get our Christmas presents when we were young? Yeah, some doily there. Here's another recycled Christmas card made into a pocket. And this is just a needlework magazine. Let's see if I can find it. I'm not sure. I think it's like McCall's Needlework from at least the 50s or 60s, maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, just kind of some Christmas kinds of things. Knit for her doll. You know, my mom used to make doll clothes and for Christmas. So that's just in there. And any of this ephemera, you know, can always be removed so that you can put your own things in if that's what you like. There's another receipt. A little bit of a fussy cut there. And this is just a vintage postcard. The colors were good, so a little collage there. This is a fabric ruffle, and I've just used some messy thread. You know, like when you rip things, the fabric, you always get this thread that comes off, and so I've just put that on there as a little bit of a embellishment. Here's Norman Rockwell Santa from a book, Christmas book. This is one of my cluster tag belly bands, yeah, and just a couple of journal cards there. Some recipe page, creamy French icing. This is a vintage mailing label. I had to glue it to some paper to strengthen it a little bit so that it could be this tack. And I was tempted to stamp on that and decided I would leave it for this gal to do what she might like with it. Bell Telephone Company of Pennsylvania. Just another little journal paper. This is an original letter. It's in a different language, so I can't really read it, but I think it's, well, I'm not sure what the date is, but it's very old. I got it in a packet of antique ephemera. A little tuck and flip out. There's a little bag with just some papers. This is napkin decoupage on this paper, and this was describing bayberry, which is kind of a Christmas plant. Make a lot of candles with bayberry. Has waxy kind of substance that you can use. There's some more of that dotted paper, and this is some wrapping paper that I have strengthened and then just made into a pocket there. This is the pocket I wanted to show you. This is like that decoupage. So this is something that we can do with multiple Christmas cards that we end up getting, like in thrift stores or whatever. Any kind of cards, really. Doesn't have to be Christmas, but Christmas cards, extra Christmas cards, are often thrifted, thrown away, and we can pick those up, and then we can use 2 of them and do this little layered embellishment. So I'm going to do more of that with some of these packs of Christmas cards that I have in my stash. But I thought that was really cute, and it's a pocket. Flip out from that antique ledger. Here's a little lace pocket with just a couple of journal papers, antique notebook paper. This is just a little shaped clip on that flip out, so there's room to tuck things in there. Here's another pocket with just this pretty playing card and some cute Christmassy ribbon. And this is another recycled vintage Christmas card, and I have just done a little bit of collage here on the back, and again I just slip that over the top and use this little, I don't know, it's a file clip of some kind. I got several of those too in an antique store. Well, I'll put that on in a minute. And some pretty gold through there. This is some water stained mulberry paper. A tuck spot here. And this is just kind of a fold over pocket that I've made. And more of that needlework magazine. It's just kind of fun things. Here's a little, this is some texture paste alongside here, and a page out of that antique desk calendar that I have. Some graphic, some calligraphy, and I've just done some of that torn paper edge here. This is a pocket, large pocket with this. This is also some wrapping paper, I think, or a card, some kind of paper, and it was in kind of rough shape, so I have sanded it to kind of bring out the design a little bit better. Here is, this is one of those old, I remember these from when I was young. It's like a fold over, I think Current published them. And it's just a piece of stationery that's recycled. It's got a little rip right there from some tape, but otherwise in pretty good shape. Whoops, I don't want to clip both of those. And then I've just put some lace on that clip. Some more of that little ribbon here. This is a pocket. Another tuck spot. This is an original vintage price card for, you know, a store, maybe one of those 5 and dime stores that I was remembering. Ours was called Pennies. Yeah, in Rexburg, Idaho. That's what it was called. This is an antique 1947 card envelope, and I had to kind of fix it on the back so that it could be both a tuck spot here and a pocket here. There's a little belly band with some of my antique lace and just a journal paper recycled from something. A book page that I have folded up. It was large, and so I just made this large page pocket. And more of that wrapping paper with just a note paper. A couple of pieces of ephemera. And this is a little, just some scraps on this little paper bag, and a Christmas stamp from whenever our stamps cost 29 cents. That was some time ago. This is also a little pocket down here. And this is a little, kind of a little hidden flip out in this signature center. Another tuck down here, some lace. I really just loved the colors on this map page, so I wanted to use this map in here. And this is one of those triple tucks. So this is some vintage stationery. It looks like snow on that post. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to use this. And then Snow Crystals by W.A. Bentley. So this was the catalog card, and I've just used again some of that plastic like food bag, onion, cantaloupe, potatoes, lots of things come with this kind of mesh, and then I just stamped this on this Rolodex card. This is from a vintage stamp collecting book. And here's the other part of that big pocket. And I'm just tucking a Yahtzee sheet in there. And this is things girls and boys can make. It just reminds me of when I was a child at Christmas, you know, making different things for my family. And I liked this little Christmas flower here, a little tag, recycled tag, and I'm not sure what this is. It's also a shipping tag. So that just goes in there. And this is the very last page. It's one of my cluster tucks and another recycled Christmas card. And there's the end. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video.